Hello everyone, Beanie from the bedroom here. Your guitar junkie, Master Wah. So yeah, part 2. Look what I got back today. Had a feeling I was going to get a call today, and I did. So this is the Schecter Super Shredder Sun Valley Seafoam Green Floyd Rose dual EMG humbucking pickups, or humbuggy. And let me make some noise with this here first. Then I got a story for you. So I'm not warmed up really. That should be good. No. I wasn't satisfied with that, but first time playing, that was my warm-up. If I did it again, trust me, it would be better. So, yes, the fix is in. So here is the lowdown. So here is the bridge. Did you hear that click? That's what's got me a little nervous. Here's in the middle. And the neck. say that was the neck before when it was the yeah, it's the neck. This is the bridge. So, what the deal is now, you can hear this. You hear that? What is that? That is driving me nuts. I don't know. I don't see anything wrong. I don't see any split wood where the pins go in. Everything is aligned perfectly. I even tightened down on the heel screws for the neck, just in case. So yeah, that. What is that? If someone knows, please let me know. That's driving me nuts. And of course, I didn't hear it until I got home. Of course. So, focus on the guitar. Again, I ordered this and I didn't know it came with EMG active pickups. I normally don't like them because they always sound too metal for me, and I'm not a metal player. I don't like that metal distortion kind of stuff. So when I first got it, you saw the neck pickup was not working, and then when I removed the plate on the back, the wires, the black and white wires, were cut. So, and it didn't come with the whammy bar. I'm using a whammy bar from another guitar that's a push-in that kind of fits on here. It's doing the job. My gear advisor, Jeremiah Smith, you can call and ask for him if you want. He ordered me a 1500 series Floyd Rose push-in black arm, and I just received an email today on Wednesday saying that is back ordered. I know I can get one off of Amazon, like that. However, I don't want to have to pay for it. Same thing with my Schecter. I'm waiting for an arm to come for that because it didn't come with an arm as well. So I was like saying to myself, I wonder really what this pickup was going to sound like. I like the sound of the bridge pickup, so how bad could the neck pickup be? And I couldn't tell because it wasn't working. Brought it down to Jim at Guitar Center in Clearwater. Super nice guy. I get along with him fabulously. And showed him, told him about it. My gear guy, Jeremiah, also called him up yesterday and told him, not that they already know, Richard is a platinum customer. It's all under warranty. And he had it done by today. So, I'm super happy with it. I go there to try it, and I'm just messing with everything. I've got an arm that goes like that on my pedal board. When I pack it up, I slide it forward, move it forward. When I take it out, I come down, and I use my footstool to lean up against it. So it's against the pedal board, and then it's against that little piece of metal so it doesn't slide past it. So my foot goes in the exact spot I want it to be. Sometimes it started sliding out of it. So that's what I was doing. So yeah, he called me up. I went down there today. And, I plugged it in, and I'm playing it through a Marshall 112 20 watt amp. And I'm like, wow, this is nice. It's nice and small. I could pick it up with one arm, not like my 40 watt Eddie Van Halen. I've got to carry that with two arms. So I'm like, wow, I wonder how this would sound if I, run it through my pedal board and turn it up to this room volume kind of thing. I don't even play it that loud when I'm in the store. When I'm in the store, it's like this. It's like that. It's like that low. That's how. Almost like that. That's how conscientious I am about my playing. So I'm playing it and I'm like, this is pretty cool. It's lightweight and it's a little smaller. It might be easy to get around when I'm, playing out somewhere. But might I digress? I'm getting. That's not even the right word. I'm just getting off track. I'm not digressing about anything. So I plugged it in and I played it, and I noticed when he handed it to me, he said, by the way, the knobs, the tone knobs were messed up, because I showed him. I said, this is the tone knob for the bridge, and this is a tone knob. Yeah, I think for the bridge, this is a tone knob for the neck. So, and they're separate. There's, volume. Rewind that. I says, this is the volume knob for the bridge. This is the volume knob for the neck. I says, and there is no tone. And if I turn one off, you get that dead switch kind of thing going. So he handed it to me and he says, by the way, he says, I switched that around. I fixed that. And while he also fixed the toggle switch. So when a toggle switch is down, and this is the volume, where this would normally be the neck, I like it this way. And now that it's down, I have the bridge pickup. When it's up, I have the neck pickup, but then I have this volume for the neck, which is great because I either never use that ever, and if I do, I could turn it down a little bit. So I could do like when I'm clean, by the way. I could turn it down, and then I have that as a boost for a solo or something. So I like that setup. I like that, he kind of fixed this the way I would like it. He kind of tweaked it. So I have volume for the bridge, volume for the neck, and then I have the toggle, which was backwards. The toggle is for down for the bridge, in the middle for both, and both pickups work. It's not like it's a single. They're splitting it and making it a single coil. And every time I look at it, I notice that the pickups aren't adjusted correctly. So I'm messing with it. And he took care of that. I don't know why guys take these pickups and they put them on an angle. Just make them flush with the strings, It's not like it's a 69 Strat and you're trying to duplicate, a Hendrix tone. Because if that's the case, you might as well just, put the strings on backwards and play it, get a lefty guitar. I'm getting off track again. So, yeah, so he fixed it the way I would want it to be used, and it's great now. And the neck pickup sounds fantastic. So these are Hot 70 pickups that they use on here, and they are so sweet. Yeah, you could hear it. And stacking my amp, how quiet is that? That's the best thing about EMG pickups. They're super quiet. So, yeah, I love the sound of them. I'm not going to touch it. I love it. The only thing that's bothering me is that clicking. What is that? That's driving me nuts. So, yeah, he fixed the pickup. Jim did a great job. He actually set this up the way I would want it set up because it was little messed up in my opinion. I don't know why. And I've seen videos that they were set up like that. I don't know why. I like the volume right here for the bridge because that's the main one that I use all the time anyway. Once in a while I'll go into the neck pickup when I'm going to do something past the 12th fret because that's where the neck pickup, in my opinion, sounds better when you're playing it. So yeah, that worked out. Just waiting for the arm, and everything else is sweet on this guitar. So while I'm there, I'm talking to the guy, Jim, the tech there, again, great guy. And he tells me that, hope I get his name right, Robin Sandler from Cheap Trick, the lead singer, dropped off 3 guitars last week for him to work on. And my buddy, that's, my old neighbor from Long Island, that's the assistant manager, told me the same thing as I was leaving. And I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. Because, he lives up the road from me. And he came in with his son. I think he said his son's name was also Robin, something Sandler. And when they opened up a new concert hall down here, his son was like the first one to perform in it, I believe. That's what I was told by my buddy Fred. So I was like, wow, that's pretty interesting because yesterday I dropped off a couple of guitar boxes to Hank's Guitar Shop for them to mail guitars back and forth. And, or ship guitars, I should say. And Liam told me that the same guy, Robin Sandler from Cheap Trick, last week, or a week or two ago, dropped off 12 guitars for them to work on. And I was like, wow, so 12 at one, 3 at another. I found that kind of interesting. And, both of them didn't have a bad thing to say about the guy. He came in, he was nice as can be. And, and for those that are saying, well, why wouldn't he? Because some musicians have a snub about them. A snarkiness, a snub. Some of them appreciate being remembered and recognized. And some of them just have that giant chip on their shoulder because either, they didn't get as far as they wanted to go or because, their time is gone. And for people like bands like Cheap Trick, their time will never be gone. It's a band that everyone knows, and it's a ton of songs that everyone enjoys. It's just that simple. So, yeah, I found that kind of interesting that, he was bringing them down. It would be great if I ran into somebody, him or anyone else that's famous, because there's a lot that lives around here and around within the Tampa area. And, walk in there and get them on video. But I never had that kind of luck. So yeah, I'm satisfied with the guitar. And again, it wasn't until I brought it home that I heard that. And I don't know what that is. So I'm thinking I'm going to remove the screws from the locking nut and then see if this is screwed down tight. Because one time that happened and I had to tighten the 2 Phillips screws because this was moving. And if I still get that click, I'm going to, if someone could let me know what that is, if that's something to worry about or whatever. But, it's just driving me nuts. Again, no coil splitting on here, no pull push, because you got to pull it before you push it. And I've got the setup just right, just the way I like it. I was going to put it on an angle for that sweep, but because it's right here with the arm, the way it is, and it's lower, it's easier for me to go up and down with it than like on my Les Pauls to have that sweep and hit it because, I'm going to have the arm there and I could just hit it like that. So I'm going to leave that going left to right or up and down. Again, very lucky that this has a Floyd Rose 1500 series, and it had a brass block on the back. So, super cool. And my man Jim set the electronics up just the way I would want it to be set up. You know, why they don't set it up like that from the factory, I don't know. But in any case, so, yeah, I feel like I'm forgetting to say something. But it's long enough as it is, 20 minutes. I'm so sorry it's that long. Thanks for watching. Have a good day and a better tomorrow. Yep, doesn't work.